Oh yeah, water.
Yeah. There's Brian. Let me post some links.
What's going on, guys?
What's up? Can you see my screen?
Yep. Very cool.
Oh, we lost Brian.
Yeah, I'm playing around with the proportions to finalize it, but he's ready to be unwrapped, so it'll be a basic uniform on top and textures.
Very cool.
It looks just like Mark.
Not yet.
Brian. Waiting for Brian, everyone. Doing our stand-up here for the game development, the promo of Locked Up. Come on, Brian, you can do it.
At the moment, I'm just working on the character model.
It's good.
For the base prisoner.
We're just waiting for Brian. He's having trouble getting in, but Hector's working on a 3D model right here. Very cool. So I'll be available, Hector, as you make progress on this, for any back and forth feedback you need or anything. Brian, come on, Brian. Why isn't it working? He's gone again.
Is he having connection issues?
Might be Chrome. So, well, let's go ahead and report what people are watching here, Hector. So what have you been working on? What are you doing?
I've been working on a base mesh for like a generic prisoner so we can do the fight scene and working on proportions and stuff. We just sent some examples to the concept artist, right?
I have to do that still.
Okay, so whenever we get like concept art for characters back, I can do better refined characters. Right now, we're just playing around with the proportions and stuff. And then gonna get him in there, so we'll test the animation system and get the characters going. There's also a base female mesh as well that I'm working on.
Great.
Yeah. Actually, let me fix this.
And if there's any delays with the character, the character artist will let me know. But if there's any delays, I mean, we still have to build out that scene. I mean, I can't. The concept art for the exterior and interior is going to be helpful for direction, but it's not necessarily going to lay out that level precisely.
It doesn't really. It's not like
so.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. I think I'm alive now.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's great. That's great.
Did I miss anything?
Hector's just reporting on what he's doing. He showed his model here. I'll show it right here again.
Okay.
He's working on a base mesh here. So yep. And then he needs concept. We're gonna get some characters concepted out here, and he needs those. And we talked about on environment texturing to get it up to the style that we need. So
okay.
Yeah. So Brian, go ahead and give your story.
Sure. On my side, today I was working on kind of creating the transition from our original idea was to do Diablo style live action combat, and So we changed that to do turn-based combat. And the mechanics on the programming side and how they interact is a little bit different. So I've been working on that. Oh, that looks weird. I've been working on the transition between the live action combat to the turn-based combat, and created a turn manager that kind of selects which one is going next and then rotates between them. And it has a timer that can select between, how long it counts down in their turn. And then also, I think it would help. It helped me at least to have the GDD with like a basic idea of all the mechanics in the game. So Mark started that, which was helpful, and then I added a little bit on my side, game mechanics like the camera, the fighting, whether it's turn-based or not. Now we're doing turn-based, and so also the kind of a layout for the fight, or like an idea of how the fight's going to play out. So I have some ideas now, and Mark, maybe you can take a look when you get a second on that GDD and see if I'm going to add anything or take anything away. But I'm going to start moving in that direction for at least how it's going to be like choreographed and scripted, and then we can add more and take away as we need to.
Great. And Brian, as far as the environment goes,
Yep.
So Hector needs to get us some textured assets that I think match our style. But I'll help build that, and so it'd be cool to keep you in the code. So maybe what we'll do is I'll go to look at your fight scene here, and we'll of course work together on this. But I can do some of the heavy lifting with actually building out the level and assets and stuff too, if it makes sense too. So
Great. And then I can focus on the fighting side, and you can do the level side.
Yeah. Hector, it may make sense. I don't know what your plans are, because Brian's got characters to work with right now. We're waiting for concept art from the character artist. Right after this meeting, I got to email him. He's ready to go. And so it just may make sense for you to maybe sketch some drawings of what's happening, and then like look at the assets and kind of build it out. We're obviously in
actual like level pieces.
Yep, we're in a prison. It's Antarctica. It can be outside if you want it to be, like a little slightly outdoor. We're not going to die from the ice, but we can depict that, or it could be inside in some prison cells. I do have those prison assets that you can restylize, but we really need to get that look and feel down. So anyway, if you're on the flow here with this guy, great. But I'm not going to have that concept art possibly till tomorrow, the next day.
All right.
Sounds
good.
And building a level is something I could do right now if you can give me some direction and assets. So and so as far as my report goes, I talked to the character artist today. Super excited to be on this project.
Cool.
Excited.
Okay.
Yes, someone from the community reached out to Hector, and actually he's a sound engineer, and he built, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants me to say it or not, but he built us just for this game music, a theme for the intro, as well as an intro audio narrative from like what's going to happen in the intro cinematic and the story that's behind it. And he built all the audio for it and wants to be part of the project. And
it's freaking good.
It is so good. It is so good.
I haven't had a chance to hear it. I'll have to hear it.
Oh my gosh, it is so good, Hector. And I've already reached out to this guy who does this hybrid of 2D and 3D animation, and kind of like Project or Pillars of Eternity 2, where they have the intro animation where it looks really cool. We're probably going to build out a scene like that with the narrative, and it's going to be so amazing. And so I've just sent all the details to that guy to get him started.
Nice.
And really good things are happening. And like I mentioned in the last call, we have almost 2,000 people who have subscribed to back this project. And, at its lowest level, that's about $35,000 in donations. So thank you everyone who's interested. We've done that in like 5 days and it hasn't even started yet. So the feel good is really good for this year. I think everyone's on the same page, community and us, and good stuff. Jacob.
I went through one of Brian's PRs today. Had a good chat with him just about code. Nothing too important. Everything was looking awesome.
Good.
Yeah, started digging into all his animation work, and there's a lot there, and it's impressive. I like it.
The blend
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah, I was showing Jacob. He's like, well, there's just some few code changes. I was like, Jacob, let me show you something here.
Yeah.
Like the animation controller, drill in and then drill in again.
Yeah,
No, they're a lot of fun to work with once you get them down. But they're bare at first, and then when you get them, they're a blast.
but yeah, everything's looking good, man.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, good stuff. Let me just open up the YouTube link here and make sure nobody has any questions. This project seems like it will take time. Yes, it will. So does everything else.
All games do.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be really good. So that's all I got. Brian, you're doing fantastic work. I've looked at it. It's great. Keep on trucking there. And I think we'll definitely want to, once you get all the mechanics down, is really just emphasize the game portion of it. Meaning, like, I don't want it to look like a cutscene as much as you're clicking around to actually, or you're engaging in the combat. So whether that's like a highlighted like circle on the bottom of the feet, like kind of Wasteland 2 of the player, which may or may not make sense, but something to show the game mechanics will be good towards the end.
I was thinking of that as I'm implementing it. Do we want to go kind of just a simulator where we just make it look like it's the final game, or do we want to actually have the you or whoever's controlling it, move the character around and select objects and select the UI? So I'm kind of keeping that in mind if we want to do that in the future. Yeah,
and in essence, a simulation doesn't necessarily mean it's not legitimate, because a simulation can show us, does this make sense? Does it even look right? Does it work right? So whatever works best for you, but we definitely want to show it in terms of a game instead of a cutscene. So
right. All right, keep that in mind.
This is great stuff. I don't know what to say. We got good things going on here. So we'll let everyone get back to work. Hector's grinding away. He's going to be grinding for a while here, so I don't want to stop him.
Yeah,
I'm going to get back to it myself too. And Hector, I think you said you may or may not have the first model tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
And then move on to environment stuff.
Okay, look forward to it.
All right.
Good job, team.
All right.
Bye.
Talk to you later.